Today, I will be teaching all of you about the Great American-Egyptian War of 1355. Brace yourselves.
I hate hating everything, and I hate to hate that too. I love to hate, I don't try to anyway.
So, the Great War, it started a long time ago, back in 1352. That was when the global nuclear power was at an all-time low. It was a nuclear power shortage, and Egypt was suffering from it the most. That was when a ruler came up from the dust. His name was Yami Rah. And he rose to power and essentially created an army to invade other countries to gain their nuclear power. Don't ask me how that works. I don't know. So, we're just going to move on now. We're now in 1355, at the end of the war, after years of just non-stop bloodshed. America was sending their highest grade knights across the ocean on whales to invade the Egyptian beaches in order to essentially take over that country. Obviously, it was not working out well because Yami Rah set up just towers that the American army started to call the Towers of Ra, essentially the power of Ra, focalized into single eyes on top of these pyramids, just a borderline across the beach, that would take out any kind of naval troops, really. So, the big issue with this is, we couldn't send our whale troops over without them getting completely vaporized by the power of Ra. It's a huge issue that our great president George Washington and Vice President Rodney Nixon overcame, because they came up with the one single solution that would have solved the entire thing. They took one of our greatest weapons from the catacombs of the Vatican. They grabbed the Apple of Eden, a solid gold just artifact that was full of so much mysterious power. George Washington was just like, hey, fuck it, let's try it out. So Rodney was also just like, yeah, fuck it, let's try it out. But that's mainly because George Washington said, let's do it, right? I mean, we're not stupid here. We get exactly how it all played out, It was George Washington's idea. So George Washington sent a famous, a renowned general, Patrick Swayze. They sent him on one of the hardest, most war-torn whales that we've had. We knew that it would survive the battle. By the time that Patrick Swayze's whale reached the shore, Patrick, he pulled the Apple of Eden out of his satchel and directed it towards one of the beams from the Tower of Ra that was targeting him, and essentially absorbed the power of the beam in the Apple of Eden. Now, we were teamed up with Australia. Australia was really helping us out with this. And if it weren't for Australia, we wouldn't have been able to do this. Australia released an ancient weapon known as Obelisk the Tormentor. And the moment the Australian army unleashed Obelisk the Tormentor, he took the beam that was deflected from the Apple of Eden, and he directed it in a horizontal blast that destroyed every single Tower of Ra on the beach. With this, Patrick Swayze was able to invade the beach with his entire army behind him, take over the temple of Yami Rah, and dethrone him like that. And within 45 minutes, really, he was able to take over Egypt. And that is how the U.S. took control of Egypt and ended the war in 1355. Fact check me. Go ahead, go do it. Fact check me. Check every single fact that I just said, and that will only prove that I am completely 100% wrong with all of this. So, with that being said, thanks for watching this video, and thank you so much for wasting your time, but not really. Anyways though, subscribe and like and all that bullshit. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I hate hating everything, and I hate to hate that too. I love to hate, I don't try to anyway.